Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Friday, so welcome to Tactical Talks. This week on Tactical Talks, we're going to be talking about my duty belt. So here in a minute, I'm going to move the camera. It's going to be focused more on my duty belt. I'm going to walk y'all through what I have on my belt and the upgrades that I'm going to be making. So before we get into my belt and why I have things placed where they are and why I'm moving some of the things around, the only thing that my department says is that my pistol, of course, has to be on my strong side. That's common sense. And my taser has to be on the opposite side, so I have to do a crossbody draw. So those two things are going to be staying in the spot that they are in. Everything else, for the most part, is going to be rearranged and moved around. What we're going to be adding to my belt is this Safariland 2 magazine holder. I have a Safariland 3 magazine holder, and I'll let you guys know why I'm changing that. And then this Safariland, this is a 73, 78 Glock 22 with TLR1 HL light bearing holster. With that, it has the QLS system, so I can remove the entire holster from the duty belt rig. If I want to take the whole holster off, I want to take the gun off. That's kind of what we're looking at. I'll leave these things linked down below. I'm not going to get too much into, you know, how I got this or how I put it together, disassembly, reassembly, all that kind of thing. There's other YouTube videos for that. This is just going to be about the duty belt. So one thing I wanted to admit, you guys are going to go through, I'm going to do a walkthrough of my duty belt. I'm going to show you guys where all my stuff is. And it's been years that I've had my duty belt set up like this, and it's worked, it's functional. I know how to use everything, I know where everything is. But I fell victim to doing things just because that's how they've always been done. Here recently, I've been reevaluating my gear, my vehicle setup, that kind of stuff. And one thing that kind of struck me was, you guys are gonna see my magazines are on my right side of my duty belt. Well, my pistol's on my right side, so I'm right-hand dominant. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to have to come crossbody to draw a magazine, to come this way, put it into the pistol. My gun is loaded, we're gonna be clearing that here in a second, but that was kind of one of those things that coming across to pull it out when I could, if my hand's already here, come up and in. That's gonna be a lot quicker, a lot more efficient. The other thing is, I have handcuffs in the back like most officers do. It's just kind of where we put them. Well, every time that I'm struggling with somebody, I have to reach back this way or reach back this way and grab these handcuffs. Well, why not have a set of handcuffs right here up front? So when I grab somebody I'm holding, I can come up here in the front, undo my handcuff case. If they decide that they want to try to get squirrely again, I'm already right here. Here to here is a lot easier than having to come from all the way around my back, get a grip on them, worry about moving my hand all the way around if there's other people fighting, if we're struggling, trying to get around them. If I'm already here, if I'm on top of somebody or if I'm up against somebody, it's gonna be so much quicker to move my handcuffs from there to there. The other thing I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be removing a couple of things from my belt, and I'll explain to y'all why I'm doing that. All right, so really quick, we're gonna do a quick run through of what my belt looks like currently, and then we'll get everything changed out, and then I'll show you guys the new setup. So, like I talked about, crossbody for, this is just how I've always had this done with 3 magazines. The reason I'm changing from a 3 to a 2, 1, so I don't take up as much real estate on my belt, but 2, these have 2 retention screws right here on the sides, which work pretty well, but as I tighten these down, it adjusts the retention on these side magazines, and I've gotten these where I can wiggle them in and out exactly where I want. The middle one, I don't know how well that is to catch on camera, but the middle one is a lot harder as opposed to sliding out. Watch the belt, that comes out without wiggling the belt. This one wiggles the entire belt and then comes out. So that's why I'm getting rid of that. The 2 is you're gonna have 1 retention screw in the middle, and both magazines will be exactly the same. And like I said, it's gonna give up a little bit more real estate on the belt. Here's where I normally would keep a belt keep for my underbelt. Of course, my pistol. Directly behind my pistol, I have my asp. That may or may not be staying on. I'm still not 100% sure yet. Next to that, I have a backup flashlight, which is always good to have. The thing is with the backup flashlight is I have at least 2 or 3 other flashlights on me, not to mention flashlights in my vehicle and this and that, so it's not really a need on my belt. So that's gonna be coming off. After that, in the back, in the middle, I have both of my sets of handcuffs. I have my radio, my primary flashlight, my tourniquet, which is going to be moved off of the belt. From there, I have my key holder for my vehicle, and then my taser. So let me get some stuff changed around, and then I'll explain to you where everything is and why it's there. All right, guys, so here's the new layout. We're gonna run around it real quick, and then I'll explain. So, like I explained before, my gun, of course, stays on my strong side. Taser is there for crossbody. Handcuffs up here in the front. Again, like I said, if I'm handcuffing, I can come up here, pull them out, go straight into handcuffing. The next thing is for reload. I can come up on the left side. So, take this magazine out. When I'm out, I come up, shooting. I need to reload. I can come from here, tilt the gun, nice and smooth. One quick motion, and we're good to go. So that's why I moved that to the left side. It didn't make a lot of sense, and I don't know why I had it like that, but I was coming crossbody to reload. We have another set of handcuffs, just kind of back up in the back. There's been multiple times where I've had to handcuff more than one person, so at least two on me makes sense. Back here in the same spot is going to be my flashlight, and right here is my radio. My radio I don't necessarily need right up here in the front with me or kind of in the way, so sitting back there works out for me. If you notice the things that I did take off, I took the tourniquet off of here. We are going to be going to a new system, so I'm going to be able to have my tourniquet up high. As of now, it's just going to sit in my cargo pocket on my work pants so that I do have a tourniquet on me at all times. I took the asp off. I'm not going to be carrying the asp. I wasn't carrying it for the longest time. I really have never used my asp. It was just kind of one of those, I'll have it there. But I'm very confident in everything else that I carry on my belt. So I went ahead and got that out of the way, as well as removed the second light on my belt. Like I said before, I have other lights that I carry on me, so it's not necessarily necessary for me to have one on the belt. So this video isn't too long. Hopefully you guys kind of took something from that. Law enforcement, if you're new to this, maybe this is something you want to try out, or even, I mean, if you're old to this, if it's something you've been doing for a while. Like I said, I've carried my gear the way it's been, or the way it was set up for years and years now, and it's worked, but why not make it better? So I'm always trying to learn, I'm always trying to adjust. This new holster, like I said, this is a Safariland 7378, nice and quick, easy, smooth, good retention. And I have the QLS system where I can take the entire holster off and mount something somewhere else and hook it onto there. Like I said, all the information for that is going to be linked down below. Like I said, everything else is pretty basic, pretty simple. Like I said, magazines, easy magazine exchange. My key is still down here at the bottom. I can still crossbody my holster for my taser. Now that's one thing I wanted to get at. This is the old style taser holster, and this is the old taser. We are moving to the new ones, but unfortunately at this time, I still have the old one. It still works, so I'm gonna keep this one until something happens and I have to get a new one. But with that being said, I ordered a Blackhawk Serpa holster for my taser that's actually gonna be in a couple of days. So tomorrow, well, today for you guys, this video's come out. It'll be here about 4 or 5 days after that, but I wanted to at least show you guys. I was rearranging the belt, the new setup. This is what we're gonna be running with for now. And I'll keep you guys updated if anything changes. If I really don't like this, if something just doesn't work out for me, I'm going to have to walk around with this. I'm gonna have to play with this before I go back to work, just so I can get used to where everything is. So for those of you who buy holsters or you buy all these upgrades and stuff like that for your guns, don't forget to practice. Practice, practice, practice. I hear people say it all the time. The best thing you can do is buy ammo for your gun rather than all these upgrades. And if you know me, or if you watch my videos, you know that I buy upgrades for my guns all the time. But the biggest thing is to go out and practice, learn your gear. So whether you're in a situation like mine where I have to go out and work and rely on this to make sure I come home at the end of the night, or if it's just range safety while you're out at the range, pulling your gun in and out, learn what works for you, learn what works best, and just stay safe, guys. So this is my duty belt. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys took something from it. Every Friday, Tactical Talks, and then my weekly vlogs. If you guys have any questions about the way I set things up, the way, where I got some of the gear, what some of the gear is, price listing, I may do another video on that, break everything down as far as how much I've spent on what I carry, but I just wanted to break down just the duty belt for this video. Again, if you have any questions, comments, just comment down below. Hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.